Dear community members, SwissBorg tribe, Borgers, here this is a new format. It's a powwow. What does consist of powwow? It's from the Native Americans that used to, gather, have a social gathering. They would party, dance, talk about a lot of spiritual things. And as we're doing this every Tuesday at SwissBorg for all the decentralized group, we thought that it would make a lot of sense that we would do that with you guys as well. So this is the first edition. It consists of having some fun, learning a little bit about industry and some new use cases and maybe tokens and investment products that could be interesting. Talking about as well about what's happening at SwissBorg. And the idea is that this is a little bit how you guys want. So based on your comments, your likes, on your questions, each powwow will hopefully adapt to exactly what you guys need. So first and most, let's dig in to what's the powwow of SwissBorg, okay? So as you guys noticed, most of you know us as a really hardworking company and that we are really trying to democratize wealth management, and that's what we're doing 99% of our time. However, there's still 1% of time that we're actually having fun through a lot of sporting events, a lot of social gathering, and we really hope that, at these different retreats where we go, you guys could be part of it. It will be really, really cool. So let's start with the first thing, the meme of the week. This is a fun one, but it's a hard one to start with, right? Justin, seriously, what happened, man? I mean, a lot of people always been criticizing, Tron. Some people like enjoying a lot of Tron. From our end, well, Tron, is it a copycat of Ethereum? Hard to say, but what we know is that, there's a lot of great projects that be working with Tron. But why in the heck did you get drunk and got to say that you should buy your shitcoin? That's something that's very disrespectful towards your community, towards yourself. I don't know what you got into that. That was quite weird. If you guys haven't seen it, it's all over Twitter. Essentially, there's a video of him with Peter McCormack, who has a great as well podcast, by the way. That he just sent a video where he's saying that you should buy a shitcoin, and I don't know, it's just a weird thing. But that's definitely going to be a big meme, and at least good enough for this week. The quote of the week. This amazing gentleman that's on your right side, you probably know him, Andrew Carnegie. One of the great, businessmen, entrepreneurs, philanthropist, philosopher at some extent as well. And the great thing about this guy is that I really think he in some way inspired so many people, such as myself and many others, that to believe in and how you could achieve much better by just having a greater spirit, believing more, thinking more, visualizing. And I think so. This quote for himself is that regardless of your job, your title, your salary, every day you can bring a commitment to excellence. You could always go the extra mile, not only for your customers, but for your community, I would say, for your tribe, your managers, or your company. Your enthusiasm may not only open doors, but it can also make you enjoy your job more. According to self-perception theory, behavior informs attitude as much as attitude informs behavior. And that is completely true. I sincerely believe that if you put the right energy, with the right smile, and you really work as hard as possible, you're not going to only enjoy it, but you're going to concretize that visualization that you've done. And for that, Carnegie is definitely one of the great guys. Community app. What's the big number today? It's not 40,000. Definitely not. It's 82,000. This is amazing. We have 82,000 people that are forecasting Bitcoin on a daily basis, which is really amazing. What does that bring? More than only fireworks. It brings more and more token holders. Our community is growing day by day, and this is fantastic. I think so. Among the 82,000, we have now 60,000 token holders. That will be going into the Wealth app. That is great. So that means that most probably we'll get 100,000 token holders in the few months to come, and that's something amazing. That's exactly why we thought that bringing in the community app would be a great way you guys to learn, to earn, and as well collectively grow as a great community and a great tribe that we are today. So that's really fantastic. Another thing we do every week is the new people. We welcome the new people and they give us a short presentation of who they are. Here, this is Miklos Lakjo. He's an amazing, smart postdoc from EPFL that's been working very hard on data. He's one of those big nerds that we're extremely happy to have. He talked about the fact that how he loved kryptonite, and I think so that's really cool. He really showed that, kryptonite talks about where people see crypto and Bitcoin could see as investments in one hand, like for example what Glenn talked about, really about technical analysis and different other things. On the other side, you could see Maria, which was very different. She was really talking about the product and how this problem could be resolved and for the underbanks and the people are not banked either. And at the end, what he said as well is that, which is great about kryptonite, is that it embraces even people that a lot of people hate, like Craig White. And I think so it's really good to make sure that you advocate every version of crypto, even if I personally don't believe that Craig White is the right guy for crypto. I don't believe that he's Satoshi Nakamoto. I don't believe a lot of things. I think so it's very important it's actually to have that narrative and talk about it. It's a great presentation of Miklos. And he really showed that how we educate people and how the community is very important, and that with big data comes big responsibility, and that's what he's going to be doing, working with Bastien in the data team, and he's been looking at all the data, making sure the behavior is doing well, looking sure that there's no fraud either, and we're really, really happy to have a very intelligent person come to the team. There's another great add to the team. It's Micah. Micah is working in the analytical and growth team. He's going to be a campaign manager. His expertise is really about CRM and emailing and making sure all you guys get the right information. And if you guys notice, that beautiful man is Plato. And what did Plato say? Plato was a #1 fan of SwissBorg. And why is that so? Plato's common good, that which is shared of beneficial for all members of a given community and achieved through collective action. It is the greatest form of social political order. If you break this down into different words, you see that Plato and ourselves, or Socrates and ourselves, do have the same philosophy, I would say, to a very strong extent, which is that when he talks about shares, it means it's accessible to all. When it's beneficial, we make it meritocratic. That the community, we have no central authority with the DAO. With collective action, we have the referendums and democracy. And order is single exchange versus many. We really want to make sure that we have one unique interface, and it's much easier. And what does that bring to the table? That if history is greatest philosopher believes in us, everyone should, right? That was a great thing. And finally, the last person that joined SwissBorg this week, it is Fanny. Fanny is a very smart person that by the way, I think so she's taking her old exam of her PhD today. So I wish her best luck. She's a product manager of the back office, so you're not going to see exactly the work she's going to be doing, but she's going to make sure that essentially all the KYC, the onboarding process, the transactions, everything is done in the best way. So thanks to her, we'll make sure that we're able to essentially scale in terms of onboarding, scale in terms of the transaction, and we're really happy to have her. She really did a fantastic video that we're not going to see the whole thing, but we're going to post it. If for the French people, c'est à vue bref, c'est très bref, et c'est très cool. I really like it, and it shows how complicated this market is. Big news of the week, obviously 10,000 Bitcoin that rallied up. There's been a lot of fundamentals that shown that crypto is great. We'll talk about that right later. I want to talk about as well this project, which is My Crypto Heroes. My Crypto Heroes, essentially, I think so, it's a great dApp. It has, roughly 3,200 users on a daily basis, which is not too bad. It's a great way where you could form a team of, like different guys, warriors, healers, artists, whatsoever. and that you could have different quests, but different battles as well. And the great thing about it is it's quite easy to understand. You just plug in essentially your Ether wallet, or any type of wallet you want, and then after you could have these different quests, earn points, earn spells, shields, swords, whatsoever. Then you could battle people as well, and eventually what you could do is that with these different awesome swords and different other different how do you call those, collectibles, yeah, you could then sell them, and they're all based on ERC-720 smart contracts, so it's really easy to plug. I have my own, guys, I think, so it's really good. The graphisms are not maybe the best, but hey, it's still a great game, and I think so. I mean, there's a great adoption so far. There's a lot of transactions are done through that, and it's a great way to make sure that blockchain is amazing. With that, I think so. This is a beautiful image as well of blockchain and how this could essentially make sure that blockchain, there's a real purpose, not only for transaction and for financial purposes, but as well to change the lives of many others, and by keeping history, by giving that immutability that we have within the smart contracts. And this one goes to the memorial of Dr. Li Wenliang. If you don't know who this guy was, essentially this guy died recently, so this is a memorial for him. You could look at it. It's like the Chinese character for, I think so, death, if I'm not mistaken. This guy died recently about coronavirus, unfortunately. And not only he died, which is sad, is that most thing which was very sad is that he was the first whistleblower. And as we know, there's some countries that are not really transparent. And for this case, China, I think so, really misbehaved by trying to shut this guy down. And he really tried to do his best to make sure that, even the hospital where he's working, the local authorities were trying to calm this thing down. He wanted to spread the news as fast as possible to make sure we'll take the right measures and the prevention would be taken. Unfortunately, this guy died, but there's one thing what will not die is blockchain. And we will always remember this person thanks to him and thanks to what he's done on December 30th, where he really, showed to everyone that essentially Corona is a real thing. And now you cannot erase history because blockchain is tamper-proof, and that's fucking cool. SwissBorg events last week. We had 3 different events. The first one was with Anthony. He had the chance to essentially show the community app on terms of product and user experience and design, and really tried to say how we are different from the regular crypto guys. So he talked about the purposes of how you could learn and earn, how it was fun, and how you could make a game out of education. And it was really a great way for a lot of different product owners, UX guys, to see how things were done and what are our mistakes, and how we can improve this in the future for the Wealth app. We really liked it. Myself, I was at SWIT, is one of the main Swiss real estate school and let's say lobby in Switzerland. It's in Zurich, it's as well here in Lausanne and Geneva. And essentially, the idea was to show if the future of real estate would be blockchain. Well, obviously that's an easy question, right? And an easy answer, I would say. I would say yes, for sure. And we were seeing this already for land registry in Georgia, but as well in other emerging markets such as Latin America, Bolivia, and other countries. Whereas that again, if you own property and the government is overthrown or the government is corrupted or whatever, just it happens that the registry gets lost, well, then you lost your whole land, right? Well, now thanks to blockchain, you're putting that land registry on the blockchain, and you could keep that forever, and until you don't sell it, doesn't change. Well, you know who owns what, and that's a great way that blockchain again has a very great proof and a great case. There's other different DEOs as well that has been using utility tokens for unit of times in co-working spaces. So I talked about these different projects where essentially your token enables you to stay, amount of months, of days, of years in this co-working space. You could sell those units, so these tokens, on the secondary market. And the great thing is that you could vote as well. So the governance is done through the token, very similar to what we do, by the way. And it could be based like on, what is going to be the new conference room, where's going to be the new location that you will have this new co-working space. Will we go for co-living things or not? This is a great way. And then the last subject is about payments and tokenization. This is where the big part is happening and the big buck happens too. So talked about Brickmark, the deal what happened 3 weeks ago in Zurich at Bahnhofstrasse, one of the prime location in the world, one of the most expensive streets in Zurich. There's a set of building that has been tokenized for the amount of 130 million Swiss francs. That was done through a bond. So not exactly the offices were and the different real estate building was tokenized, but a bond that owns the real estate has been tokenized. So like it's a second layer of tokenization, but it's a great advancement, and Brickmark for them, hats off, they did a great job, and that's a very solid case again for tokenization. What does that bring to us for SwissBorg? Where we tokenize real estate and bring it in the Wealth App tomorrow? No, but for sure, that's a big theme that we like to play, and we like to be the first comers. So keep tuned in for that. And as soon as we have liquidity regulations and great investment cases, we will have that definitely in the Wealth App. Let's get to next slide. Video of the week. Crypto night is back, and it's on the road too. We were in Davos, as you guys know, with Alex, Liam as well, and Mariam, and Davos was amazing. We met so many, key players, key investors, key people, key amazing people, and for us it was a great way to talk to industry leaders, and Alex did a fantastic job with Liam interviewing a lot of cool people. The first one is, as you guys said, it's directly in the train itself before getting to Davos, which was quite cool. And that's with Galaxy Digital, Stefan. So that was a great one, very B2B approach, and how digital assets is going to be a big part of a lot of different institutions. It's about to get there. Already there's a great amount of endowments, institutional banks, and private banks that have adopted Bitcoin and other cryptos, and we believe it's going to grow, and they definitely believe it. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. GMT, you're going to have the first one with Crypto. Crypto, fucking cool guy, by the way. Super cool guy. Very nice, very knowledgeable. So you're going to have great insights about that, and looking forward to it. Alex and myself, the Blockchain Brothers, we're going to be back for on March 10th in London. We're going to talk about centralized finance versus decentralized finance. Who's going to win? I don't know if it's going to be Alex or myself. Maybe we're going to do the Dragon Ball Z thing, and we're going to see that maybe the hybrid model, the SwissBorg model, is the winning one. So that's going to be very exciting. They'll have some meetups as well, so keep tuned in. I'll love to see you guys. And you have to come to get those cool hats and hoodies and our different things. We'll keep you posted on that. Technical analysis, Bitcoin, where it is. So Marco does this every week in a very good way, and we're definitely not in the red zone. We're not in the bearish mode anymore. We could definitely see that this channel has been, we moved that moving average. Now we're way past that 20-day moving average. We're very comfortable as we are. We'll have tracements that will go from, maybe 10,000 to 9,000 up and down based on different news and based on different, essentially different moves and different noise. But we're really much in a positive territory. And, if there's anything happens in the next, few days, we could go to a nice rally that could go up to, 11,400 or more. So bullish, which is good. And hopefully that'll be just right when the Wealth App will come. Another thing that we have to realize, and that's why it's very good to diversify your portfolio, is that we're seeing the altcoin season. It's been a long time we're talking about it. Nothing much happened, but recently we're seeing these small different, tokens appreciating very much, and we see as well a top five that is doing quite well. And recently the SB20 is performing extremely well compared to Bitcoin itself. It's doing plus 35% from it. So I think so. It's a good thing that we will launch, these different theme-based index in the future, and it's a very good thing for the CHSB as well, because we're seeing more and more tokens that have great utilities, and I think so. Altcoins and tokens, it looks like there's a season that might be very nice coming forward. Project of the week, Tom had a great way to explain. Obviously, you guys know Pax from the stable US dollar coin. These guys have a gold token. The volume is still not there, but the good thing is that, it's a great proof case. And I think so, after BitShares, after multiple different tries of different gold-backed tokens, these guys have credibility. We like the team. It's a great way to get exposure to commodities and asset-backed tokens on the blockchain. I really embrace this idea of security tokens, which could bring, a greater amount of investors and a greater amount of mass adoption of cryptos. So yeah, this is a good one. It's backed by as well the London Gold Exchange. I forgot the name of it. It's the digital, I forgot exactly what, but it's the London Bar, what is it called? I forgot the name, but London Trust Gold. But anyways, it happens to be that I think so. This could be a great project. It's not going to be the project where you do like 10x, but it's a great one to get exposure to uncorrelated, I would say, crypto assets, and bring in that you don't need to store that gold anymore. You just own that gold within your wallet, and it's undivisible. You could buy even 1 cent of that, which is great. There's low transaction fees as well. So yeah, I think so. Could be a really good one for the future. DEO, one of my favorite topics, guys. I love the most. Swag of the week. There's so many things happening on DEO. If you're not part of the DEO, please check it out. Check out the different missions. Check out the different campaign managers, and just see how great this is. Even if you have so much time, just dedicate some of it. And Remy from Lyon, salut Remy, is doing a great job recently. He's doing, he posted a great article on TradingView. It's a tool that we've been using since always, TradingView. That's a great way to look at, do technical analysis, look at your portfolio. If you're more on the technical side, there's a lot of great trading advices that are done. And he did one on CHSB, which is really cool. Please check it out. We'll post a link in this article. And essentially it's in French, so you could Google Translate. But this is a great thing. And there's a lot of different other things that happened this week and last week, but we'll keep it for next week. The beta. We are about to launch the beta. Yes, it's been a long time that we wanted to launch the Wealth App, but first we did to do Alpha 1, then Alpha 2, now we're doing Beta 1, then we'll do Beta 2 next week. It's like just there. We're about to launch it tomorrow, so we're very excited about this, and the external phase will happen next week. A lot of you guys were lucky enough to be on that beta list. You've probably already received some crypto as of today for testing the app. These are the different things that we've changed. And why do things take more time than you always want? Because building amazing software and products, tech products, it's like the iceberg thing. You always see the tip, but then underneath. Or just had this beautiful image that Agnieszka did for us, is that you sometimes really happy, you find one bug, you throw it away, and then when you throw it away, you don't realize that there's 50 other bugs that comes right after, because it's not because you fixed that one solution that the solution, as it is interconnected to different other solutions, well, then there's maybe other bugs that revealed. So maybe in our alpha 1 we had like 200 bugs, but those maybe one bug then went to maybe 2 bugs or 5 bugs. So it takes much more time, and the pressure that our tech team has is very high at this moment. They're really doing their best to focus on same as Andrew Carnegie said, on focusing on doing their best, smiling, doing their best, working as hard as possible, but making sure as well that they are making something secure, that's scalable, and that you guys will be extremely happy to put that 5-star and that comment in the App Store. Roadmap with no dates. As you guys know, we need to localize. Think global, act local, or hack local. We say now, right? So we need to do the internationalization or the localization, if you want to call it, because, well, it's a big world with many languages, and in the community app, we believe that the top countries are actually a lot of different countries that speak a lot of different languages, right? So you obviously have Russian, and then you have Portuguese, then you have Polish, you have Vietnamese, Filipino, German, Turkey. All these languages are different ones. We will translate and make sure that you guys understand it in the best way, if you're comfortable. Obviously, for the dear community we know that that's maybe not the most important for you guys, but for most other people, I think it is. And the first languages we want to translate is mainly to active users is in English, it's in Dutch, it's in Italian, it's in French, it's in German. And that means that 2/3 of the people actually in our network are not native speakers. I mean, obviously you all understand what I'm saying now, and you all feel comfortable, but we believe that these other people that are not comfortable with crypto, they will need to have one in French and Italian, and these different studies by Harvard or by the European Commission shows that if you have the choice, tu préfères probablement que je parle tout de suite en anglais, or if I'm speaking in Italian, or because especially for Italians or French, no disrespect, but it's very more easy to speak in Français than in English, and same for Italians, right? No, joke aside, I mean, it's always better, and you really want to make sure that you're building trust, and building trust is understanding people and making yourself understood, and that's in local languages. So we'll be working on that. This was much longer than I thought. Nevertheless, yeah, that was with Alex, having fun a little bit, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is again a format that tries to give you really transparency in what we're doing. If you believe that this is awesome, or we should maybe change something, regarding this, make it shorter or make it longer, or just focus on different parts, please let me know. Comments. If you guys want this awesome hoodie, which is super cool, by the way, or this super cool hat, well, then make a post that you could explain you essentially, why do you think SwissBorg is rocking? Try to make a post why you think you're connected to SwissBorg on maybe spiritual level. Why do you think so that, you think that our token is great? So just try to do a picture or an article or whatsoever, and the winner will win this or this. Up to you guys. Anyways, as you know, my name is... Oh, shit. That was horrible. As you guys know, my name is Cyrus Fazil. I'm the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg. Always here to serve you. Love you guys, and keep tuned in.